Know-it-alls, I am not hearing good things about Ryan Tannehill right now. What is up, guys? We are back with another video. Guys, I am still amped about that game yesterday. I cannot believe that it happened. I can't believe we won the way that we did. I had about 9 heart attacks during that game, but we won. Guys, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscription button. We really appreciate it. We post daily videos about different sports topics, and today we are talking about the Miami Dolphins. Guys, as you know, I live down here in South Florida in the area, and I listen to a lot of talk shows on the local radio, and what I have been hearing is not very good. I have been hearing rumors that this shoulder injury is worse than has been broadcasted, essentially. There is no timetable as of now, and you could see clearly in the post-press conference after the game, Adam Gase was very flustered and very frustrated about all the Ryan Tannehill talks, and that makes me think that he knows that he might be out for a decent amount of time, and he's very frustrated with that because, again, Ryan Tannehill the last 2 seasons has season-ending injuries and hasn't been able to finish the season. So if this is an injury that could potentially be out for the season for him, again, that is extremely frustrating. Again, I'm not saying that he's out for the season. I have just been told that this injury is a lot worse than people think. He could be out for multiple games. And again, there is no timetable, but there is optimism thinking that he could be back by the end of the season. Again, no timetable, so what does that really mean? But of course, when I find out, you guys will find out. I will keep you updated, and as long as there's news out there, I will report it to you guys, and I will keep you guys in the loop. Now let's get in a little bit to the game yesterday. Guys, we are officially in Brocktober. It is Brocktoberfest. Brock Osweiler, guys. That man played the best game of his career against the #1 defense in the NFL. Now, I want to go in a little bit more in depth with the Brock Osweiler, Ryan Tannehill kind of quarterback situation that we got going on that I touched a little bit on yesterday's video. Again, I'm not saying that Brock Osweiler is a better talent than Ryan Tannehill. I'm simply saying that last week, for whatever reason, and there were a lot of variables, number one, it seemed like Adam Gase's play calling was the best it ever was last week. Number two, Frank Gore finally had 100-yard rushing. We had a great running attack. Number three, the O-line played the best game of all time that we had this year. Not of all time, but the best game we've had this year. We had Albert Wilson breaking out long ones. We had clutch plays. There were a lot of different things that changed how our offense looked last week. And now I'm not saying that all of that was because of Brock Osweiler was playing, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. For whatever reason, our offense was the best we had all year when Brock Osweiler was controlling the offense and he was at the quarterback position. And that has to count for something. And again, it was against the #1 defense in the league. So, what does that mean? Right now, as of now, Ryan Tannehill is injured. Let's say, best case scenario, he comes back next week or even the week after. Let's say Brock Osweiler comes out next week against the Detroit Lions and plays a really good game. Our offense looks the same and looks very, very good, rejuvenated, if you will. Should we start Brock Osweiler? In my opinion, I think yes. Because in the NFL, same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick in Tampa Bay. You ride the hot hand. Whoever's hot at the moment, you gotta let him play out that streak. Of course, Brock Osweiler probably isn't going to play that well for the rest of the season. He will regress back to his normal type of game. But that being said, he was hot. He was doing well. We got to keep him in there. And I really want to touch on something really quick. I think it's an issue that Ryan Tannehill, for the entire time he's been on the Miami Dolphins, he's always had complete and utter job security. Ever since his rookie year, when I thought Matt Moore should have been the starter his rookie year over Tannehill, and Tannehill should have had a year to kind of understand the offense and come up in the NFL system and everything like that. So he's never had a controversy. He's never felt like, oh no, I might not play. And this is the first time in his career that we could potentially have somewhat of a controversy and have some kind of a competition. You guys get what I'm saying? competition breeds better football players in football and in life. If you're working against someone in your job and you guys have the same job title, you guys are you're actively competing against each other. And when you guys have that competition, it benefits the company because it raises both of your levels. Same thing in football. If Brock Osweiler is at a certain level and he's competing, and then you have Ryan Tannehill come in here and you say, hey, Tannehill, this guy had a great game. We gotta see it through. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow these guys to compete. And again, competition breeds better football teams, better talent, better quarterback play. So this might be good for Ryan Tannehill because for the first time in his career, maybe he's thinking, oh no, maybe I don't have a guaranteed job. Because when you have a guaranteed job all the time, you get complacent, you get lazy, you don't have a fire under your butt at all times. So again, I think it would be great to have a little bit of competition in that quarterback locker room. It's all good. It's all for the betterment of the team. There's no animosity between them. Tannehill's still our guy, but allow a little competition to push Tannehill to that next level. Next up, I think we need to give Frank Gore a lot more touches. He proved to us he would average 6.7 yards a carry, again, against the #1 defense in the league. If we can get him going, Frank Gore's not a guy where you can just give him a couple touches a game. He wears on defense. You got to get him going. You got to get him momentum. We need to start running him 15, 20 times a game. If we can keep wearing on that defense, nice little chunk plays with the running game, all of a sudden, like you saw in the fourth quarter, Frank Gore busted a long one towards the end of the game. Again, wear on the defense, keep Gore in there. Now, Kenyon Drake, where do we go with him? So I think Kenyon Drake is a great talent, and I'm not saying to just start Gore and not have Drake in there. I think Drake should get 20 touches as well. I just think he should get 10 carries at least, and then 10 targets in the passing game. Similar to how Chicago uses Tariq Cohen out of the backfield, I think Drake is a matchup nightmare. I think if we have more passing plays designed to him out of the backfield, and even in the slot, because that guy can catch balls. He's a great pass catcher. If we can get him screens, if we can get him little out routes, and just out of the backfield, get him matched up with a linebacker and use that speed, again, we can get him 20 touches a game, we can get Gore 20 carries a game, and that would make our offense dynamic. And we proved that last week against the Chicago Bears. And when you have that success, you got Albert Wilson on the outside busting long plays. You got Jakeem Grant allowing to get long plays. It all feeds off of each other. Final and last thing that I want to touch on yesterday's game was the offensive line. I have no idea where that performance came from our offensive line, but I loved it. I don't know how we did it, but we need to sustain that. I mean, we've proven that we can play with the best defense in the league, and our offensive line played the best game of the season. So why can't we do that every single game? Again, like I say in my other videos, consistency. If we can build on this, if we can maintain an identity about playing solid offensive line play, running the ball with Frank Gore, getting a 100-yard rusher, and having these massive long plays with Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, Kenny Stills, all of these guys, that could be the foundation of our success in this league. That could be what we could build on. Again, create an identity, and that could make us go to the playoffs. Guys, at the end of the day, we are 4-2. We are tied with the Patriots at 4-2 at the AFC East for first place. Technically, I know they have a half game over us because we have the head-to-head. But guys, we got New England coming to Miami later on in the season, and you know what we do to those Patriots down here in Miami. So let's get excited. Again, tied for #1 in the AFC East. We are, if the season ended right now, we are in the playoffs, guys. So we got to celebrate this. We got to be hyped. We got to be excited for this season. We got to keep it going. We got Detroit next week. Let's get it. We got to get a W, baby. Let's go Dolphins. All right, y'all. That is the video. As always, I love doing this for you guys. I appreciate all of you people out there. As always, like the video. Comment down below if you agree with me or not. Let me know what you think about the Brock Osweiler, Ryan Tannehill thing. And of course, I will be updating you guys on Ryan Tannehill's injury. Again, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We are growing, guys. We are growing, and it is all because of you guys. As always, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a great day. Adios. See ya!